What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Yeah.Whatever podcast. My name is Frank Helmstetter. Thank you so much for joining me once again. All right, so a few things. Obviously, it's been a little quiet on the Yeah.Whatever end. I've had a lot of things happen this week, amongst others that are more personal things. I've had my catalytic converter in my car was attempted to be stolen. It was not successfully stolen, but nonetheless, it fucked up my car. So that car was in the shop for a week. A lot in my life has changed for personal reasons. I'm doing different things for my body. So it's going to be a wild month. With that being said, I still want to try to do this during this time, even though this is going to be a really difficult month for me. As I said, I still want to try to do this because I enjoy, talking about politics and kind of like talking about what's going on. So welcome to a late night version here in Seattle, a late night version of the Yeah.Whatever podcast. Can we give it up? Can we give it up? Come on. Let's go. All right. So it's 10:26 p.m. So not super late, but a little late. As you can see, I've kind of rearranged the room a little bit. So the end of the month, I'm actually switching rooms in this apartment. I'm moving into a bigger room, so I took all of the stuff off the walls, just in preparation for that. As I said, I have a lot going on, so I didn't want to have to worry about that at the end of the month. It'll be much easier. As you can see, I patched a hole in the wall. It's awesome, just ripping holes. Anyways, now that we got that out of the way, it's smoky as shit because all of the Canadian wildfire air is coming to Seattle now. So I think right now the AQI, the air quality index, is like 140. So it's not super bad. It's unhealthy for sensitive groups, whatever that means. But here's the thing. It's also hot as fuck, and I have no air conditioning because, hey, Seattle, you never needed it until humans induced climate change. So now that it's hot as hell, I don't have any air conditioning, and it is literally impossible for me to sit here with my window closed. So I have my window open. I'm pumping in unhealthy for sensitive group air just so that I can be a little more comfortable. It's 10:30 in my apartment. It is 85 degrees. But hey, at least 10 people are richer. Am I right, everybody? Let's go. Okay. So, enough about that. Let's get into it. So, this episode is going to be a little bit less structured. I don't really have a lot specific to talk about. What I wanted to do was start off on the Twitter sphere. I just made... Listen. You could be the first. You could be the first people to follow the Yeah.Whatever pod Twitter. If you follow me, my username is shown here. It's Yeah.Whatever pod, okay? Yeah.Whatever pod. You can follow me there. I just made it. Please follow me. It will make me tremendously happy, and that's what the world's all about, right? Making other people happy. At least that's what I think the world should be about, but it's not. So, I don't really follow a lot of people yet, but I wanted to watch this video that I saw retweeted by Hassan because I haven't seen it yet, and it looks ripe with conservative grift. So let's go ahead and look at that. As you can see, Hassan shaved. Everyone's freaking the fuck out that Hassan shaved, even though he streamed today after shaving yesterday, and it literally is like already 5 o'clock shadow. So I don't know why everyone freaked out when he shaved. It's gonna grow immediately back, so that's fine. Anyways, yeah, Laura Ingraham apparently was talking about unemployment and how in this country, in the United States, no one wants to fucking work because, hey, you don't get paid enough. That's the reason. But the argument that conservatives are making is, you know what? Don't make, multi-billion-dollar corporations like McDonald's, don't make them pay their employees more. Make unemployment inachievable, and then they will be forced to work. That's their argument. It's a beautiful argument, right? As people fight for a $15 minimum wage, which is now literally no longer enough for most major metropolitan areas. $15 an hour is not even a livable wage anymore. We've been fighting for it for so long that it is now obsolete. But regardless, even if we manage to get a $15 minimum wage, which we never will, because this country refuses, as is the basis of conservatism. If you don't know what the fucking word conservative means, it means literally conserving, which implies that nothing is supposed to change. You conserve traditions and never change anything. That's why it's conservatism. So regardless, because of that, we're never going to change the $15 minimum wage. But, you know, as people fight for that, as people ask just for basic human dignity in the workplace so that they'll go back to work, conservatives like Laura Ingraham would rather say, well, let's just cut off unemployment. And apparently she said hunger is a pretty powerful thing. Wow, that's awesome. I'm glad that we treat the working class with a shred of dignity. You know, rather than shell out a little bit more money from billion-dollar corporations like McDonald's, like all of these fast food restaurants, rather than, you know, give out small business loans so that small businesses can pay their employees a livable wage and they don't suffer as they work. Because, as you know, capitalism breeds innovation and motivation, but I don't really think it breeds motivation when people literally are working for dimes and pennies in comparison to how much everything costs. I don't really think that's an effective way of running an economic system, but you know, you can agree to disagree, I guess. And yeah, let's just watch this fucking video. I'm gonna lose my absolute fucking mind in this because it's just, it's so unbelievable how much conservatives will go out of their way to find ways to exploit the working class. This is exploitation. The reason that people are not working is because unemployment is literally paying them more money than if you work for labor. Why would anyone work for labor if the government gives you more money than you get when you're working? Why would anyone do that? That's fucking insane. No one would do that. So, rather than say, hey, why is our lackluster social safety net of unemployment in this country, because it still is lackluster in comparison to basically every other capitalist, you know, democracy, why is our, you know, this social safety net paying our workers more than what they would get if they sacrificed every single day of their life to work? Why? Rather than ask that, they are saying, well, we just need to stop unemployment, and then they will be forced to work for literally anything because the alternative is homelessness or dying. Once again, we live in the richest country in the world. I'd just like to point that out. Anyways, here we go. We're gonna watch Laura Ingraham. I'm literally going to get so mad at this video. Well, I got this peach here from a farmer's market. Shout out to my girlfriend. I got a peach. It's very juicy. So I'm going to sit here and eat this peach while I watch Laura Ingraham grift and piss me off. Let's go.
$800 a week unemployment benefits, and you live with a partner who also is getting $800 a week unemployment benefits, $1,600 a week, Laura, $83,000 a year for that household in unemployment benefits. The median income in America is only $63,000. We're incentivizing people to stay home. What if we gave that additional unemployment benefits to employers to incentivize people to go to work?
Well, what if we just cut off the unemployment?
Fuck it, fuck it. I literally can't sit here and watch this. Okay, so this guy, let's just go back. Let's watch it one more time. I'm sorry. I literally, it's so cringe. I couldn't even watch the whole video.
That household.
Look at this guy, dude. He's literally losing his shit. Look at it. Look at how oh my god, dude. If I saw that face while I was like falling asleep, it'd be over. My life would end just instantaneously. This fucker looking at you with this enthusiasm. His eyes are straight up out of his eye sockets. Anyways, that's how surprised he is that people are being treated with dignity in this country. It's insane. Anyways, so he is making the argument Let's just watch it one more time.
$83,000 a year for that household in unemployment benefits. The median income in America is only $63,000. We're incentivizing people to stay home. What if we gave that additional unemployment benefits to employers?
What if we gave it to employers, Laura? Wouldn't that be fucking insane, Laura? Look, here's the thing. There's this little concept called trickle-down economics. You know, Ronald Reagan made the assertion that if we give money to businesses from the top, that the money would trickle down into the lower-end employees. Hey, it literally doesn't work. Trickle-down economics does not work because of corporate greed. No one in their right mind. Do you think a fucking small business is going to take the money? He's suggesting that rather than giving people unemployment directly, you know, a government that works for the people and for the working class, rather than that, he is saying, what if we gave it to, Laura, the businesses? And then they gave it to their employees. Huh? What if we did that? What if we did that? Because it wouldn't work. Because when you give money to a small business and, you know, they're merely incentivized, or just like, you know, you could give it to your employees if you were, you know, a good employer. That doesn't work, because the nature of capitalism is to make as much money and profit as you possibly can. So do you think if the government shells out money for a small business, that their first thought, I mean, maybe some small businesses would be, you know, treat their employees well. I'm not saying this is 100%. But there's no way to ensure that people will be treated fairly if you leave it up to the business owners who, in their best interest, are trying to make as much money as possible. He uses the point that $63,000 is the median annual income, which is, first of all, is fucking insane. Like, the median annual income is $63,000. That is nowhere near enough money for the majority of places that are in this country. This is not a joke. We are here to conserve what has always been, and what has always been is a capitalist hellscape. Okay? Okay? Okay. Okay? Dude, I can't get over it. I can't get over it. This fucking guy. Oh my god. He literally looks like he's about to shit himself. If unemployment lasts for one more day, this guy's gonna have a fucking aneurysm. Left chipping away at American work ethic. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Yes, we are. We are literally chipping away at the work ethic because people are not designed to work 90 hours a week to simply survive. I'm sorry. Someone has to say it. We are not designed as human beings to work until we are dead. And that is why people are upset, is because there are people who literally have so much money that they are, you know, running out of things to do with it on the fucking planet Earth. Meanwhile, we have a working class that is literally sitting at a federal minimum wage of $7.25 fucking cents in 2021. And Fox News is concerned that the left is chipping away at American work ethic. You know what I think is chipping away at American work ethic? I think people don't want to fucking work because you refuse to raise their wages, to treat them with dignity. That is why people don't want to work. That is why people don't have motivation, is because we do not pay people enough. Okay. I have calmed down. We are fine. We are not in imminent danger here, Frank. Okay?
Hunger is a pretty powerful thing. I don't mean physical hunger, because people who truly are in need help. I'm talking about people who can work but refuse to work. But the government is literally putting anvils in many ways on people's shoulders, either through the mandates, regulations, and now through free money, which obviously we're all gonna, the piper eventually has to be paid.
Let me explain something to you. I'm gonna try and put text in my hand because this is so important. we are in a global crisis. The reason? Well, there's a lot of reasons. I don't think we could have avoided coronavirus. I'm just going to sit here and say that. I think that there were certain people, like the former president, who probably could have acted sooner. But regardless, the world was full of COVID. It was inevitable that we would end up having it too. However, at this current time, we have a vaccine that is safe and effective. And it literally is free to every American citizen. You just have to do it. That's it. Now, I know there are a little group of people who should be exempt from the vaccine for medical reasons. I understand that. Do not shit on me. I understand. But the vast majority of people should get the vaccine. And I'm tired of pretending like I need to silence myself as if, I need to not offend anti-vaxxers. Fuck off. Okay? Fuck off. Get the vaccine if you can. If you have a legitimate reason to not to for medical reasons, then fine, I won't bother you. But if you have no reason to not get it, please get it. Anyways, we have a vaccine now. And the whole reason that people aren't getting the vaccine is because of fucking idiots like Laura Ingraham telling people, hey, guess what? Not to get the vaccine. Right, Laura? Don't get the vaccine, Laura. That's the reason that the pandemic is still fucking raging in this goddamn country, is because not enough people got vaccinated because people like Laura told them not to. Now, Frank, why are you talking about vaccines? This video is about the abuse of the working class. Please don't get your conservative fuck-ups mixed up here, okay? The abuse of the working class and vaccines have nothing to do with each other. Hey, that's where you're wrong, narrator guy that's talking back to me in the third person. That's where you're wrong. We are still in an economic crisis, or we will be at least, because, the economy will probably shut down again. Anyways, we're going to forget that. People are still afraid to go back to work. Why are people still afraid to go back to work? The Delta variant. And why does the Delta variant exist in the United States so commonly? Not enough people are getting vaccinated. So, Laura Ingraham goes from not telling people, hey, don't get vaccinated. Don't trust the science. Don't do it. Don't get vaccinated. Then, here comes all these COVID cases. So, right as people were, maybe willing to go back to work. Hey, America's at 5,000 cases a day, dude. That's nothing. I got the double vax. I'm safe. I'm safe in America now. What a glorious month we had. Am I right, everybody? What a glorious month. Then came Delta, and everyone's like, hey, guys, can we get vaccinated, please? Because if we don't get vaccinated, it's going to get bad really fast. Hey, brother, I don't want you infringing on my goddamn freedoms. Okay, brother, I don't want you infringing on my goddamn freedoms. Next month rolls around, Delta cases go up. Whoa, who called it? I wonder who said that was going to happen. Anyways, so people don't want to work because they're scared of getting a debilitating disease. So Laura is sitting here insulting people, saying like, oh, no one wants to work. It's ridiculous. I'm just saying, hunger's a good motivator. I mean, if people can't pay for food, then of course they're gonna work. Maybe if we just take away their unemployment, they'll just work again. The reason people aren't in work currently is not only because it's A, because they're not paid enough, and B, because there's still a raging pandemic, because you're telling people not to get vaccinated. So it is basically Laura's fault that people are out of work still and no one wants to go back to work. It's part of the problem. It's not the entirety of the problem because, like I said, people aren't paid enough and they're starting to realize, hey, the government can afford to give me more money than if I slave away for 40 plus hours a week for every single day of my entire existence. Maybe I won't go back to work right away. Maybe I'll just milk this because, like, this is nice and kind of seems like how we should be treated all the time. Or at least in some degree. Like, maybe the government could help slightly. Because if they can help this much, then, like, maybe they could help in ways, like, almost as if there's, like, a thing called, like, a social safety net, where when there's times of crisis or where there's like a limit to how much Americans should be expected to work, then the government chips in and helps you live a little bit because we live in the richest country on the face of the earth. People are starting to realize that, so that's why they're not working. But part of the issue is COVID, and I think it's very rich of people like this fucking grifters who go out every day and tell people, hey, don't get vaccinated. And then they're like, why aren't people going back to work, brother? Oh, wait, what was that? We have 150,000 cases a day in the United States again? Oh, that's all right. Hey, why don't you go back to work at the KFC for $7 an hour, brother?
It's really important. However, have we taken that a step too far when you think of, well, a lot of the millennials talking about, oh, I need time for self-care. I don't know why I'm harping on that tonight, but the whole self-care movement is a little, I mean, my mother...
Taking care of yourself. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm right. Am I right? Self-care? What's next? You want to have... What's next? You want a 4-day work week instead of a 5-day work week? Oh, that's hilarious. Woo. Oh my God. You want to take care of yourself? Woo. That is fucking hilarious. I mean, it's a bit much. Am I right? Woo. Oh. Ooh.
Not with us anymore, but she worked from the time she was 12 during the Depression. If she heard the self-care thing, I think her head would explode.
You know, I think that's right. I have a friend in the military who trains military dogs, Laura, and they only feed a military dog at night because a hungry dog is an obedient dog. Well, if we're not causing people to be hungry to work, then we're providing them with all the meals they need sitting at home. I'm completely with you, Laura. These benefits make absolutely no sense to us. And on top of the impact of not getting employees and not being able to run our businesses, in my industry, we have meat prices are up 10%, chicken prices are up 15%.
Now, inflation is going to kill business. I mean, that's the next shoe to drop. The Democrats.
Step in the right direction. Okay. So that was that video. I'm going to retweet that and say this is fucking insane. So, guys, here's the thing. Listen. Are they right that if the government paid people to stay home, or, you know, paid people any semblance of government assistance, would that realistically limit work hours? Yes. It already is doing that. The problem is the way that our government is structured is we have to extract resources from every single thing possible because we are a capitalist country that literally is such a toxic form of capitalism that thinking about people having a work-to-life balance, or literally what she said, or taking care of themselves so that they don't die premature. Yeah, sure, your friend worked when she was 12 in the Depression. Sure. Do you want that for everyone? Like, I get your point. Like, she would laugh because people... You know what? Why would she laugh? If people are living better than she is, why would she laugh at that? Like, and here's the thing. It's because conservatism literally means to conserve what has already existed. So what Laura Ingraham just said is that she would rather people live with a Depression-era mindset than have any semblance of a work-to-life balance. That is how desperate they are to maintain the confines of capitalism as we know it, where people have to work extreme hours so that 10 guys at the top of a company can make a little bit more money than they would if people had a work-to-life balance. That is the only reason, is to make slightly more money for the wealthiest people in the country. Dude, it's fucking insane, man. Like, we can see the results. It is, again, hot as hell in Seattle, Washington. You know, the classic the classic hot climate of Seattle, where it's smoky, you know, because there's never any rain in Seattle, apparently. As Seattle is known for. It's been 106, shattering Seattle records. It's now it was 95 today. You know, just a classic Seattle August. Nothing has changed. It's not like anything we're doing is contributing to climate change. It's not. No. It's not. There's no possible way. There's no way. But anyways, you can see outside the effects of unregulated, relentless capitalism, where you extract resources. You don't think about the cost. You don't think about the long-term effects of doing it. All you care about is immediate profit. That is all you care about. You don't care about how your employees are treated. All you care about is immediate profit. You don't care if your employees are treated well or paid enough or have a living wage or any semblance of benefits. That you don't care if they're allowed to unionize. You don't care about your employees at all. All you care about is profit margin. That is it. You care about nothing else, and it shows. That is what we are living under, and that is the reason that Laura Ingraham literally is saying that we should just, you know, not give people money, let them feel that they are hungry unless they slave away at the capitalist machine. Sounds good. This sounds like a really healthy way to run a country and keep people motivated. You know, capitalism breeds innovation. If you guys didn't know that, you know, because as you know, when I get paid slave wages, not enough money to, you know, literally pay rent so that I can continue to work, you know, the first thing I do is I go into work and I say, hey, what can I do above and beyond today? What can I do today to be extraordinary? Because you're paying me so well. You're paying me so well, you know. Yeah, sure, I have to work like 90 hours a week, but, you know, what can I do extra today? I'm so happy I don't have to look at this guy anymore. Well, hungry dogs are more obedient. So, Laura, what if we just take away their food? Excuse me. Oh my God. Whew. I got so into character that I choked on my own saliva. Trump was reinstated today. As the Q people believed, YouTube is very sensitive to anything that has the letter Q. If you know what I'm talking about, it's a conspiracy theory. And its members thought that Trump was going to be reinstated on August 13th. And it is 11:03 p.m. Pacific. So it is currently August 14th in Washington, D.C. And Joe Biden is still the president. I don't know what happened, but he's not president. It's crazy. It's almost like, you know, Biden won the election and nothing was ever going to change that. So let's move on. I don't want to talk about Trump anymore at all. Let's talk about fucking DeSantis, dog. Because I'm so fucking upset that this dude is, first of all, is alive. Like, I'm just going to come out and say it. I am so mad that Governor DeSantis is a person and on this earth. But beyond that, he is probably the worst leadership that I have seen in a while. Like, there's some bad leadership in this country, but I think the worst of it is a guy who literally is seeing his state run out of ventilators, have the highest amount of COVID hospitalizations of the entire pandemic. If he was a country, he would be this. If Florida was a country, it would be the second highest case count in the world. If Florida was a country, we would probably ban travel from Florida, but it's part of the United States. So unfortunately, we just get to, you know, have a bunch of Floridians traveling around the globe. It's really fun for us. It's one thing to just be like, I still think people should have freedom to, like, not get the vaccine if they don't want to. I think that's dumb, but, like, I understand it, at least to some degree. But, like, to sit there and literally say, I am so anti-vax and I'm so anti-science and anti-life, literally just anti-life. And you know, they say they're pro-life, but that's only when it comes to women's autonomy. It has nothing to do with actual life. It has just everything to do with controlling women's bodies, because apparently they're not pro-life when a bunch of people die from a completely preventable virus that they single-handedly spread misinformation about the vaccines for. So look at this. We went from like a 0 freedom index, brother. This right here is a joke. I don't see any goddamn freedom. And then everybody's like, I ain't listening. Where's my goddamn freedom, brother? Oh yeah, get that peak freedom. It's still not near the freedom of January 2021, but it's working its way up there. How the fuck are only 50%? Anyways, not enough people are vaccinated. Let's see. What's King County at? 28? I feel pretty good still. You know, only 28 per 100,000. That's not that much. Knock on wood, though. It'll probably go up. Yeah, so, like, let's see what Miami-Dade is, you know, 114 per 100,000. That's kind of a lot. What else? What else is going on in the world, guys? There was a climate report that said that, you know, we're basically to the point where if we don't immediately make a 180, we are literally fucked. So that's awesome. I'm glad I have no control over it, you know. None of us have any control over it. We'll just continue to sweat, and then people think, you know, oh, wow, I'm really uncomfortable, man. It's really hot. People are like, you know, but it's okay. We can get through the heat. Well, you know what you can't get through? You can't get through, you know, no food supply, because food won't grow when it's too hot, and crops will burn, and there will be a food shortage, and people will die from starvation. You know, hey, but that starvation might motivate people to go back to work. Whoa! This shit is dope, dude. Come on, man. Come on. People are gonna be so mad about this, but it's like, it's so funny. It's hilarious. Like, it's sad, but it's also hilarious how divided this country is. Hold on, it's 11:11. I gotta make a wish. Okay, I made it. I can't tell you what it is. Anyways, it's so sad and also funny how divided this country is, because, like, I think California mandating vaccines for, like, an entire group of a profession is amazing. We should have vaccine mandates, and if you disagree, I don't know what to tell you. It should happen. Like, we are at the point where this I just don't understand why people want this to happen again, and it's going to. Like, we're going to slip into crisis again. We already are in some respect. And it's literally a shot in your arm. And that's it. Like, for the vast majority of people, nothing will be felt. Like, I literally had aches in my leg for 2 hours the day after the vaccine, and then I woke up. This was the second one, the worst one. A couple hours of pain in my leg. Woke up the next day. If I had no memory of the prior days, I wouldn't have even known I got vaccinated. And I am so much more protected now. And that's it. Now, I know I'm healthy. I know I'm young. But still, that's the majority of people. Like, 190 million vaccines have been distributed. And three people have died as a direct result of the vaccine. As was said on Tucker Carlson tonight. So, if he gets someone on his show that confirms that only 3 people have died as a direct link to the vaccine, and 190 million people have, you know, been a million inoculations have been given out, 190 million. I think it's fair to say that it's good. You're good. Like, you can get it if you are healthy and you have no reason not to, and you still don't do it. You're a piece of shit. There's literally no reason that you would not get it. Anyways, this is awesome, and I love the way this is worded. California teachers must get vaccinated, get regularly tested, or find another job. Just quit your job, dude. Just quit your job. Find another job. Get a new one. You don't want to get vaccinated? Go find another job. It's easy. I love it. So that's great. I think that we need it. I really do. And I think every state should do this. That's my opinion. I mean, like, so here's the thing is, like, people are worried about, like, authoritarianism. The thing is, though, is, like, anytime the government does anything that is by definition authoritarian, because the government is doing something for many people that is by definition is authoritarian. So I don't think that some level of government intervention, or i.e. authoritarianism, I don't think some level of that to benefit the public safety of millions of people is a bad thing. I mean, like, pardon me, I guess, right? Pardon me for restricting that goddamn freedom, brother. You fucking son of a bitch. God damn it, Frank. I just want to go out and shoot my guns in peace, okay? I want to go out and shoot goddamn cans and eat venison and have no government intervention at all. I'm going to run through every single fucking stoplight. I'm not going to wear a goddamn seatbelt, and I'm sure as hell not going to wait to drink my goddamn Miller Lite until I get home. I'm drinking it in the fucking car, and the goddamn government cannot tell me any fucking different, brother. Okay? It's not going to happen because I have freedom. I have freedom, Laura Ingraham. I have freedom, dude. So I think some level of government intervention at this point in the pandemic, where our own ignorance and misinformation is literally causing us to repeat everything that we've already had to live through, all of the pain and suffering and agony and just, you know, life being halted. Like, no one can do fucking anything unless you don't give a shit. A lot of people don't care and they do shit anyway. For me, it puts my life on hold because I know it's dangerous again. And I'm not a fucking selfish asshole. So I'm not going to go out and go to parties. I'm not going to go out and go to concerts because it's dangerous for myself and for people around me. And when the government says, hey guys, we're giving you something for free where you just have to get a shot and then you'll be protected and it'll help end the pandemic. Doesn't that sound awesome, guys? God damn it, brother. No, that doesn't sound fucking awesome. That doesn't sound awesome at all, brother. You understand me? I do not need a goddamn Bill Gates microchip flowing through my bloodstream. Do you understand, brother? I'm keeping my job. I'm not paying my fucking taxes. I'm driving 89 in a 45 because speed limits are goddamn authoritarian. I don't understand. So, you know, I don't think it's a big deal to have the government say, in the interest of public safety, quit your job or abide by the rules where you need to get vaccinated. This is so sad, dude. Florida and Texas account for 40% of the new U.S. hospitalizations. What do those two states have in common? No regulation and low vaccination rates. And just kind of interesting. Oh, dude. Okay. Here's some good news. This is great. If you thought that DeSantis, if you were a morally sound person and thought that DeSantis's banning of mask mandates for children who are unvaccinated and unprotected, if you thought that, you know, his banning of protecting school children was immoral, like a normal person would think, then this is good. You know, he was saying he would like defund or like not give money to schools that had mask mandates, which is just so fucked. But the Biden administration is apparently offering financial assistance to the schools that defy it. But hey, that's authoritarian. So it has to be negative. Anytime the federal government does anything, definitionally authoritarian when the government intervenes in things and, you know, has a semblance of control, it's authoritarian, and it's always bad. Apparently not the case. Apparently there can be healthy amounts of government intervention and government support and social safety nets that make the world a better place, because the government is the source of all of the wealth in the wealthiest country in the world. So maybe, just maybe, we could rely on the government a little bit more. Like, I do not understand why that's a bad thing. I don't. It makes no sense to me. It's like people will make the argument. It's like government, if they have more power, then they can, they can manipulate us. Hey guy, why are you getting up in the morning to go to work? What, like, not even on like a basic level. Like, think about why you are getting up to work. It's because we are structured in a way that you have to work to survive. That's just how it is. So that's because our economic system is capitalist and only benefits the people at the very, very, very top of the food chain, and everyone else has to eat the minimal scraps from the top of the food chain. So that's the way it is. Capitalism is naturally exploitative, and that's the nature of capitalism. And so you're getting up in the morning to go to work because the government runs a economic system which makes you get up and go to work. So it seems to me, just maybe, that we already have an extremely powerful government that can basically make us do whatever they want us to do. You know, you could argue that, like, well, I'm not wearing a goddamn mask if they tell me to. That's true. The government will not come to your door and make you wear a mask. It's true. There probably won't ever be a day where the United States government comes to your door and tells you to get vaccinated either. It's not going to happen. But that doesn't mean that they don't have the power to structure how your entire life plays out and, like, what you need to do to survive. That they have complete control over that. So I guess my question is, if that's already the case, and they have the most money of any other country in the world, why would we not demand that if they're going to have control over us, that they serve us, that they do what the government is supposed to do, which is, serve the citizens of the country that reside there. Many other countries do this. There's a national healthcare system in the UK that is phenomenal because it eliminates profit from the equation and only talks about need for healthcare. You don't have to be rich to get healthcare. You have to need it the most. That sounds like a better way to run a healthcare system to me. But you can see, like, the government has control over us. Why would we not just demand, hey, maybe give us some benefits, maybe protect us a little more in the workplace so that we are more motivated workers? If we're making a fair amount of money so that we can survive, we'll be happier workers, and we will continue to serve the American people in a good way. That's it. And like, I don't understand why, when the government already has so much control over us, why we wouldn't demand social safety nets and socialized things. And I don't think that saying that things are socialized is the antichrist statement that some conservatives think. I just don't. I really appreciate your guys' support, and I hope that you'll like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at what the fuck is it called? YA.Whatever pod. Yeah, whatever pod. YA. So if you follow me there, guys, like and subscribe. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cool. Take care, guys.